Alright, I got the back and the bottom pieces cut. Back here for the bracing, I got 7 boards here. I probably could have went up to 8 actually. I did have enough clearance, I could have went at least to 8, even 9. Probably could have went all the way up there, but for whatever reason I didn't. But instead, I put this up and just stuck my hand back there and drew a line roughly. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my glue and screw another 2x4 up here like this, just to act as additional bracing for the top of the box that won't have anything right there. But just to get an idea of what we're doing, I got these same notches traced out right here to run the wires through. So I'm gonna go up here. First I'm gonna center it, but right up there like that. And then should sit up there, right? Then the bottom. That already fell and hit me on the head once or twice. This down like this. I gotta move those wires there on the other side, but essentially this is it. So just pop that up like that. And I get a wide angle of it. So essentially that'll be bottom and the back. I'm gonna go ahead and work on what's next. I guess the roof. Start getting that, at least the first. So I'll probably want to do like the first 2 roof pieces, and like I said, I'll save the one up front for last once I get the other ones in. But at least these first 2 I'm about to do are gonna be like the top of the enclosure. So I'm just gonna finish up back here, and then I'll focus on everything up there. Okay, that's where we're at. Remember, I do have to trace out and cut the access point for my fuel pump into this bottom piece here. I'm probably just gonna go from underneath on the other side, like here, and just with the Sharpie, and I could reach where it is, you know, just get like a rough line of where it is, and I'll just cut a very crude shape of it, and then I'll come through with the flush trim bit, and then I'll just come right in here in the car, and like once it's already in place, and like that's exactly where it's gonna be, and just come through and do the flush trim. I can get a carbon copy of the same exact hole, and after that, like I'll probably just use might as well just use one of the cutouts from my from the baffle, like the subwoofer cutout, as a plug. I'll probably do that, or I guess just whatever another scrap of wood that I have. That's you know, bigger than the hole, obviously, and screw up around it, and that should be good. I might even put like a little handle on there or something. I get it out. I really don't need it, but just trying to be cute with it. But yeah, like I said, that's where we're at. I'm gonna get these roof pieces cut, and I'll come back at you once I test fit those. Shit is getting real, y'all. Got a little ahead of myself, but floor is in, glued and screwed. Got the cutout, rounded over. Got a little chunk missing out of there, and out of my finger too. But it's all good. It's gonna be the bottom. You're not gonna see that anyway, and it's gonna be covered up by the little the lid that's going on it. back, glued and screwed, good. But pretty much got the roof all done, except for last part A. Still got to make the template for that one, but I mean, came out pretty good. The only little mishap here, so I don't know if you could really tell, so I got it pretty much evened out. There was a little lip here that I didn't account for, so I was trying to match it up to these up here. Got them, like a focus. Got them pressed up right up against these on both sides. And when it goes back, like, it seems like it's clear, but it was just that lip right up there. I'm only off by a little over ½ inch, but it's all good. Leaves a little bit of gap right there. Might be able to fill that up with some more spray foam, but actually no, might not even need to. I'm probably gonna have a 45 right there anyway, so I mean, it'll take care of itself. It's all good. But yeah, just that one last piece to go. All right, guys, we're back once again. Another early morning. I had to call it a night last night because I had worked another 13 hours on this shit, and I decided to call it when that shelf that was up there that was holding my port and all that extra bullshit decided to fall randomly out of nowhere, and I took that as a sign, as just to stop. Yeah, that was stupid, but we made some more progress. Got the last part of the roof up, part A. I got that the curve to match that front lip up there, and I used another piece of scrap wood. It ended up being like the perfect width across, and I just like trimmed it down. It fit pretty good. I took some fine tuning. I made the template with cardboard just to get like the rough curve of it, but I had to, you know, cut it another 3 or 4 times just to, you know, get that last little bit to get it to fit perfectly. So that's it. Like I said, it doesn't matter that it's different because it's all going to be painted the same color anyway. So that's good. But you might have saw, I got a side piece up. I got both the sides cut, and I got one of them mounted because I need to save this side or leave that open to get the baffle to fit in here. And I got the front of the bottom chamber measured out and cut. Again, double wall. I didn't mount it in yet. That was the last thing I was working on when that shelf fell, and I was like, whatever. Well, I crunched my numbers again and came up with, this ended up being, I think 12, either 12 3/4 or 13 1/4, one of those. So that's, I guess, how deep the box is going to be, and then plus the double baffle on top of it. I'll definitely have, I mean, I'm going to be reverse mounting the subs, so I'm not really worried about clearance. But even if I mounted them regularly, especially with the double baffle, they'll fit no problem. Even if I upgraded to even like bigger, deeper subs, they would still fit even if I wanted to mount them regularly. But I got the airspace built out to be about 3.5 cubes per sub. How I mounted the side piece, I actually just used 2x4s. I had them got the pocket holes in there. On the other side, I just put it, I glued and screwed them right on the edge. I just got one in each corner, so one here and one there. and then got the side piece in, screwed into that. I actually put it on, I don't know if you noticed the screw holes along the bottom and the top. Those towards the end of the night, and I was tired as hell, wasn't even paying attention. And because the measurements were close on all the sides, I think well, one way it was like 33 inches, and the other way was like 31 inches, something like that, and ended up mounting it sideways. And I realized shortly after, like a couple minutes later, I was like, wait, like, why doesn't this match up to what I had in mind? Because I intended it to, match up with the top of the back, and it went, almost all the way to the roof, but like, like not quite. I was like, wait, like I don't remember accounting for that, but yeah. So once I realized that, I flipped it around. I just like scraped the glue off, and then just threw more down. And yeah, I'm gonna cover up all the screw holes anyway. And that's how it came out. I'm still doing a second layer. I'm just gonna cut it, to fit in between the two 2x4s here. So it'll fill up the rest of that. So it'll be double walled, and plus have a little bit of extra on the ends. So the other side will look the same. But hey, check this out. I was taking a little break, just looking around. I realized with that little lip I was trying to work out, I actually don't need an angle piece. I can actually just lay down some like these two pieces of scrap wood. Almost fit perfectly. I just gotta trim it down a little bit just to fit. It actually fit like, the perfect length of the floor, but after accounting for the sides, gotta trim off a little bit, and that's fine. But just gonna have that right here, and that actually brings it level with this little hump right here that I was trying to account for. Like I said, it was the slightest bit. I don't know if you can even make that out on camera, but like that's level. That's not, like, it's literally like just the slightest. It's actually a little bit more exaggerated here on the near the wheel well, where it gets a little bit thicker. So, but yeah, it was literally the perfect height. This 3/4 brings this up flush with this. So I'm just gonna run these two thin strips about 3.5 inches or so all the way across here, and then another piece. I think this ended up being, it's like 8 inches or so to bring it flush with that. So I'm just gonna run that piece all the way across there, so maybe like that, all the way across. And so I'll just have the slightest little lip inside the box. And I mean, as far as displacement, I mean, it'll be negligible. I mean, we're talking, 0.01 something of displacement. So, after, I'm just gonna throw it in the mix with any other bracing that I have, and I might. I shouldn't have. Yeah, aside from that, like, I shouldn't have any more 45s or anything over here except for the sides, which I need to put. I think I need to I'll put the 45s on the sides first, and then address that lip, and then I'll just have to, because I already have to cut these a little bit, so I'll just do a miter cut so I can match that up, so those will sit flush against the 45s on there. And then of course we still need the 45 along the back and along these sides, along the top of the sides. So that should work out pretty good. That's pretty much on the agenda for today. Just to do the 45s. Go ahead and mount this. I'm gonna cut the baffle, cut all the holes out, and I'm probably gonna start. I mean, I guess since those are the last cuts of wood, or the last cuts that I need to make of wood on the box, I'm probably gonna adjust the trunk and do the little amp rack / battery enclosure. And then once I do that, that should be all the wood that needs to be cut, and then I'll at least be done with that. But I got this little scrap piece on here to bring this lip up a little bit, because again, there's a little hump back here and it goes down. But with this piece right here, this brings this flush, and then I have you know, a low floor right here that comes up, and it should be long enough to house my battery bank and amplifier and everything like that. You'll see how that'll work out. I'm still trying to figure it out myself, but I have an idea. So aside from that, I gotta fucking clean up. It just gets out of hand. I cleaned up a little bit yesterday, and it just became a mess again. That's pretty much how I'm gonna start the day. I'm just gonna tidy up a bit, sweep up some of the sawdust, even though I'm about to make more, but probably not nearly as much. Got all these little scrap bits from underneath here, and we'll be rocking and rolling. If everything goes smoothly, I mean, it's what, it's like 6 a.m. right now, so I intend on pretty much just working again another, you know, at least, you know, 10-12 hour day minimum. Even though, not gonna lie, y'all, like, my back has been killing me. It's being all crunched up in here, you know, getting in and out, crawling around, just hunched over, like, literally, like, you know, in the 10-12 hour shifts that I'm working on this thing. I mean, I'm, you know, crunched up, bent over at least, you know, 8-9 hours of that. Like, it's really ridiculous. So yeah, I'm kind of dealing with that. I've been eating Tylenol and Advil like it's fucking candy, but we're getting through it. It'll all be worth it in the end. I got the last bit of my Vibroflex here. I'm probably gonna throw that down, maybe on the floorboards. You know, I got it, might as well use it. I still got like four sheets left, four or 5 sheets, 4 sheets, yeah. I might do some more, yeah, just on the bottom floorboards. I guess I'll probably reach that, at least before everything, you know, before I do the fiberglass and seal off the B-pillars and everything, while I still have, you know, this area accessible. So I'll put a sheet down here on both sides, and then probably on the floorboard in the cabin, and that'll be the rest of that. Or maybe, probably right there. That'd be good. I mean, 4 pieces, 4 floorboards works out to me. So I'll go ahead and get this place cleaned up, and I'll come back at you later on. All right, here we go, guys. The final stretch now. This other side piece on. Still gotta get the second layer on both sides, but I'll sneak peek in here. I got the baffle sitting propped up right now. So I got the baffle cut, holes cut, port in. I don't have the ends on right now. Just got pretty much the middle section of it. It's dark as hell in here right now, but let's see if I can brighten it up. It's a little better. I still gotta get some more glue around the seams. Get it completely sealed up. Got my little fuel pump hatch right there. You can barely see it, it's so blurry. It's because of the light. I have 0 light source in here right now, but there it is. I'm about to glue the baffle down right now. Along these edges, I got a 2x4 acting as bracing, and it's kind of like a shelf to set the baffle on. I'm going to glue it down all the way around and into the back. I'll tell you what, shit was a pain in the ass. I actually had to take my door off to fit the baffle in here. It was like just off by like an inch. But I got it in here though. That I got the 45 across the back. That was a pain in the ass. That I spent at least like 2 hours trying to figure out the best way to go about that, because it was like such an odd angle, and I had like a slight curve in the roof. Luckily this wood, I was able to bend it like slightly while drilling it in there. So that's all good and sealed across the top. I'll get a better shot of that once I let this baffle down after I glue everything. But it was really weird. I had to do a 30-degree angle cut on one side, and then a reverse 45-degree cut on the other side. And I don't know, I went through so many different trial and error, like test pieces, just to try to find the best way to do that. I didn't want to lose too much up top, because the port, you know, I need good enough airflow or whatever for the port, or the distance from the top of the port to the box. So I think I got it pretty good. Like I said, I'll get a better shot of that once I let it down. But I still got to do these sides over here. I'm actually gonna. It's a very weird angle in this one too, because it's like a slight, slope up there, and then it tapers back. I'm actually just gonna. I'm gonna end up doing fiberglass and Bondo to seal those up. But then that should be good. Now I got to put some more pieces on the side. Those angle pieces in the corner, those are about to go up right now. I just got to do more some pocket holes with the Craig jig. I got pocket holes all down here holding this piece in along the sides and the bottom. Okay, there we go, guys. I say we're about 90% done right now. So go ahead, get those last pieces in, get the baffle screw down, and then pretty much next time you see it, it's going to be done.